How do you find the Balkans?
I love it. Yeah. Each place still feels very different within the Balkans. We've been all over Slovenia, Bosnia, Serbia, Croatia, Greece, Turkey. I'm trying to think of everything, and yeah.
As an American, how would you say Balkan music is accepted in America?
I think it's growing pretty fast, actually. People really love the odd meters. I think that's a newer influence for Western music, and people are really taking to that in particular. I think the melody, everything about it, but I think people really like the feel of the odd meters to dance to. Yeah.
There's also a huge diaspora of Balkan people in America. Yeah. Would you say they're your main fans, or are Americans growing to the music?
Americans are growing to the music for sure. I think the Balkan fans definitely help draw people in who wouldn't know about it otherwise. But yeah, I think it's actually a growing mixture, for sure.
Yeah. So you joined the band in 2007?
2008.
2008. How did you heard about it?
I actually I didn't really know much about culture shock living in Seattle, but I was in this band called Degenerate Art Ensemble, and we played experimental stuff, and we did theater and dance, and Gino's wife was affiliated with that, and so they came and found me when they needed somebody, and I didn't know anything about Balkan music, and I had this month-long crash course before the first tour, and at first I couldn't improvise in the style. I just had to really play it note for note, and then it became very internalized. Yeah.
What about the language? People say the Slovenian language and Serbian language is pretty difficult to master. How would you say? Did you have any problems with it?
I don't speak it. No? I sing in some of the languages, like we sing in Serbo-Croatian, some in Greek, some in Turkish. I think that's all that I actually personally sing in, but I don't speak. I can say, fala and and I can drink and useful things like kluč, and I know like little words. Yeah.
So you played pretty much all around the Balkans. Where would you say you were most widely accepted?
Within the Balkans?
Within the Balkans.
Serbia is huge. Croatia is huge, Bosnia is huge, and definitely every time we play at Channel Zero in Metelkova, it's just crazy huge, and Istanbul is very huge. Crowds, and I mean everywhere, but those people are in all those places that I named. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody too, but there's this different energy that comes out.
Most of the people know Metelkova by the altar scene there is there. What was your first impression when you came there?
I'm trying to think. I gotta think back. Now it feels like a second home because we spend most of our time. Our home base here is in Ljubljana. We do a lot of rehearsing in Channel Zero. I loved it. It's one of the best squats I've ever been to in all of Europe. I love that it's constantly active. I can be there at 3 in the morning, I can be there at 1 in the afternoon, and there's people doing things, and I love that about it.
Yeah. How about living in America now, living mostly in the Balkans, in Slovenia? What would you say the biggest change was for you?
Well, I still live in Seattle, and I'm only here 2 months out of the year or something. So the biggest change in culture or in...
Probably in culture. I mean, maybe how the people react, how the people are... How would I say it? The way they think. I mean, the Balkan culture is known for its hospitality, for its openness. Yeah? Would you say you felt this here?
Yeah, absolutely. And definitely, I mean, people are just, they welcome us into their homes, they feed us. There's, it's very kind in that way. Differences. Well, I'm actually working on this side project where I'm, I dance and do other things, and I'm making work about just the general human experience. So I'm looking for, in all my traveling, I'm looking for the threads that are the same, no matter where, from culture to culture. So I'm actually doing the opposite study at the moment.
Do you have any future projects?
I do, yeah. Bridging Wounds, this is the title of a piece that I've been working on for some years, and it's all music that I've composed, video, animation, live dancing, and like sculptural set pieces. And then I've been recently doing work on, done all this research on shame and made a dance piece about it's shame's role in a woman's perpetuation of her own oppression. So I've been, yeah.
We're mostly a student media, and I would like to ask you to make maybe a statement for the Slovenian students.
Statement for the Slovenian students.
To the Slovenian students. What would you say to the Slovenian students?
This is, I have to, I'm human, you're human, we're all human. It is a shared experience. I have a button. I don't know where it is. I passed them out. That's what I would say, yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like we really forget that we are all, that it's a shared experience, even through all of these differences. The gender differences, social differences, cultural differences, religion, politics, all of these differences, we forget this thread that is actually the same connecting us all.